funders, information sifters, and exchangers. We're back with another episode of the Northern Gaming Network's Tag Me. I'm Alex.
I'm Kevin.
And we've got some major latency problems. Lag time?
Lag time. Tell me about lag time. What does lag time do?
The operation is not trashed. It's a current.
Yes.
All ice have +1 strength.
Oh, yes.
I don't care how good your console is or how tricked out your rig is. The lag time on a run on the moon from Earthside can be a killer.
So we are experiencing a current at the moment called lag time.
Yeah, the corpse dropped a lag time.
Why do people not use lag time? Like
it's
we're just
cost.
totally skipping the show here.
It's 2 costs. All ice have +1 strength. I think this needs to be... I mean, +1's not quite enough.
But it's 2 costs. Why do people balk at 2 cost currents or 3 cost currents?
I think it's because there's just better currents out there.
I don't know. Currents are a thing at the moment. But
here's the thing: is I guess that is a neutral one, so that's not too bad. It's not like there's any influence. But what are you running Glacier in right now? HB, and what does HB have right now for a current?
Other than enhanced login protocol?
I'm thinking enhanced login protocol.
Okay.
Because that's amazing.
Well, that's good.
That's way better than +1 strength.
Yeah, maybe. I think current play is weak. I don't think a lot of people play it enough. I don't know. Maybe I need to be the change. Maybe I need to.
Let's point out the Nationals meta. I'm pretty sure there was almost every game I've had during Nationals there was a current on the table.
Okay. As employee strike notwithstanding.
Between employee strike, rumor mill, I had an ELP. I've seen a few other choice corp ones on the go.
No, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe current play is stronger than I'm giving it credit for.
I think so. Were you not running many currents?
Yeah, I was running 3 employee strikes.
What about your corp deck?
My corp deck, none.
None. Okay, so that surprised me. I didn't play against a corp that didn't have one. I had housekeeping played against me. Targeted marketing played against me a couple times. What else? Those are pretty much the targeted marketing. I think was the big one.
Yeah,
I had played against me.
I had one targeted marketing play against me, which I immediately nullified with an employee strike. But no, okay, yeah. The runner current of choice. I mean, we've got rumor mill and employee strike, which are awesome. The corp ones, I think they're good. Like, enhanced login protocol is awesome. Targeted marketing's cool. You gotta play a guessing game, which is good for MDN, especially now with Salem. In something like Harpsichord or whatever, paywall implementation's good, where you have to actually physically make a lot of runs.
Yep.
Same in, say, Argus.
I saw Corporate Scandal get played, and that was in like a DLR mill deck with a Corporate Scandal.
What's Corporate Scandal?
That's the current that the corporation has one additional bad pub.
Yes. Corporate Scandal. That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a thing. I take it back.
It's a thing.
But we're not here to talk.
In fact,
we're not here to talk to you about currents.
We are. We're here to talk to you about the wonderful meta that was Nationals in Canada.
Yeah, we are. Well, we're here to tell you about Nationals Canada.
Which, obviously, Kevin didn't notice all this fantastic currents going on.
Sorry, maybe the currents were at the end of the table you were playing at.
The bottom of the barrel, you mean? Spoiler alert, I didn't do so well.
But yeah, so Alex and I both made it to Nationals. We joined 63 other players.
Yeah, I think a couple didn't make it. So there was a few other tickets that were sold that people didn't make it down.
Yeah, there were 69 registered, 63 started the tournament, 61 finished. I have no idea why you would start it and not finish, but nevertheless.
And it's a long day, Netrunner, if you lose a few first rounds. Maybe if you
Maybe,
go
yeah.
in planning to be really competitive, then you get bummed out. I guess I could see that.
Mm.
But I just don't think I wouldn't go without the expectation of just playing all day anyways. I
Yeah.
just love Netrunner too much.
Anyway, so there was a large field, well, fairly large for a Canadian tournament, the largest I've ever been in, and a lot of highly competitive players coming from pretty much everywhere. We had East Coast. I don't know how far west. I think I saw someone from BC there.
There was some Vancouverians,
Yeah.
Vancouverites.
A lot of Americans were there, and yeah, it was just all around a good turnout. I finished the day 6-6, so I was literally in the middle of the pack. I think I finished 31st overall. Not horribly upset with my performance. Not horribly pleased. I had a lot of fun playing. And I'm happy I went. Like it was great.
Yeah. So what did you take with you for decks?
Just Kim and Sink. Edward Kim and Sink. Sink because Ambient's good. The meta reflected that, and Edward Kim because Ambient's good. Edward Kim did a lot of good work. This may be the best Edward Kim deck I've ever played, or maybe I should change that to this is the best time to be playing Edward Kim. Maybe there's so many operations, so many good operations.
Yeah, I think that's a really accurate way to put it because, if we look at the current strong decks and the things that they were trying to avoid, you're talking about your Sync and NEH and
controlling the message was a big
CTM, controlling the message. Yep.
Yes.
The thing is they're trying to do is do a massive tag, exchange of information or psychographics type of situation, and that tag storm and punishment stuff that they're doing, it doesn't lend to a wide table like we saw last year. It's kind of compressed down to one server, and I think that's pretty much entirely in part because of Temujin contract. We see that card come out and a major shift in the meta from people not wanting to put out naked remotes. Especially against Criminal. And so, I think Edward Kim was a perfect call because they're going to go into more operation economy, and you get things like hard-hitting news, exchange of information, all of those nasty, like really annoying cards that work so good right now that you can just trash.
Yeah, obviously I don't have exact stats on this, but I think over the 6 games I played, I easily trashed 20 operations, maybe approaching 30. I know one game I trashed 5 hard-hitting news. It's just...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So he brought him back, like he basically shuffled them back in,
yes.
drew them, and you trashed them again.
Yeah, so he Jacksoned them back in, and I had a fairly substantial R&D lock. And hard-hitting news, there it is again. And I saw I'm 4 into his R&D, and I see 2 back-to-back hard-hitting newses. Trash the first one, trash the second one next turn, Yeah, so Edward Kim was good, Sync was good. I think the reason Edward Kim was so good is the reason Sync was bad. I think people were kind of teched against the tag storm. I saw a lot of networking, a lot of employee strike. A lot of New Angeles City Hall. But, that's the call I made. I made to play on what I thought was meta. And, I played a deck I had fun with. It was good. Alex, tell me about your stellar decks that you brought.
Nice. Now, if you turn the list of players upside down, I did really well.
Well, I mean, inside your individual identities, you did well.
Yeah, I'm clearly the top Ken player in Canada now.
Undisputed,
so,
really. Undisputed.
Undisputed. And to the top RP player as well.
Undisputed also.
Perfection. Yep. So there's that. In terms of Canada, otherwise 51st. So I think that's a little ways down.
Yeah, it's a bit down, but
that's a little ways towards the bottom. But I had a ton of fun. I gotta say my Ken deck was not nearly as good this time around as in the regionals season because I was running a Faust Ken through regionals and it was really good. I probably should have stuck with that and maybe just changed it with adding things like Temujin and tweaking some minor problems that I had with it. But instead, I went back to more of like a standard rig Ken, and it was a little bit slower. I found it was really good mid game, but once I kind of burned through all my econ, where I was kind of coming up short in the long game. Mm-hmm. And I found that because there was so much protecting yourself from getting killed or from staying tagged, that I had to burn through a lot of economy.
Yeah, and like you said with Corpse being afraid of Temujin, they also have ways to deal with runner econ in some cases. Like I know my decks were playing
lots
reversed
of closed accounts.
I closed accounts at least 3 times. You know, it's known that, you know, the prepaid style decks have just an insane mid game where they're just pretty much unstoppable. But if you can withstand that mid game, then they start to slow down. So you know, you get the window before they get into this crazy econ wheel or after it to win. And I think Modern Corpse can deal with that a little bit. Faust certainly would speed it up a lot.
Yeah, I think I would definitely put that deck back to Faust because man, oh man, it feels so good in Ken. Anyways, I went completely off meta for my Corp deck and I took RP, and I didn't even take a regular RP. And for those who are watching the Twitch stream on that was live, I played round 1 against Patrick, who is from Montreal. And he was playing a Sunny against my RP, and well, I ended up losing the game. But anyways, it was basically a bluff rush RP deck. So just kind of trying to tax your time by going really wide and bluffing out some cards. And I was running a.
So you were playing PE. But with RP.
That's right, with RP. Because the thing was, I wasn't trying to kill Holt so much as to be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But I had the potential, had the kind of like accidental kill, so that threat was there enough. But it was mostly focused on rushing out 3/2s and then getting the medical research or medical breakthroughs. Ideally, feeding you a medical breakthrough off the table and then scoring out the other 2 by bluff and rush.
Yeah.
Which did it did better as the day went on, because funny story is I didn't practice this deck once before playing.
Yeah, there's your problem.
I had a very busy workup to nationals, and I had planned on being like really aggressive for practicing, and so I could go prepared. And I ended up taking a few interviews for jobs and spent most of my time studying for those instead. So. Which ended up paying off for me, but it sacrificed some of my netrunner skills.
Yep. Life gets in the way.
Sometimes life gets in the way of netrunner.
Yeah, I felt the same way, even though as the day went on, I was playing better and better players. I felt stronger in my game, even up to like the last round where I felt so strong that I died to an Argus player, which I shouldn't have, but I felt so strong. I felt invincible. I mean,
yep, and which was funny story. It was the same Argus player that I died to in the round 2. Yeah, he was playing Argus Wizard, and I don't remember his name, but if he's listening, shout out to him. He had that Argus deck was tricky because it was, I mean, like many Argus decks, all 3 1s.
Yeah.
And a card I hadn't seen played before and I didn't really think about when I was playing against the deck was the
stock buyback.
Stock buyback.
Yeah.
That is so killer because, you know, I siphon him, he can click for a credit and then get 13 or 15 credits.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Yeah, it's
scary.
So I'll say, you know, to touch on the meta at Nationals, which before going I assumed would be pretty hard on controlling the meta and Wizard. I thought, like, okay, this is going to be the meta, this is what everyone's going to be playing, and those may have been the most represented IDs, but I gotta say the meta was incredibly diverse. I saw IDs from all factions. There weren't a lot of Wayland and Jinteki there, but runners were split like almost a third, a third, a third on all
Yeah,
three
like I
factions.
think it was like 1 additional%
Yeah, and
for
for the
Anarch
corp, you know,
compared to the other
obviously
two.
it's going to be HB and NBN, and the HB was almost 100% engineering of future, but the NBN was crazy. There was a lot of NEHs, there was Sync, there was a couple of Souls, there was Harpsichord, there was Harashandra, there was controlling them. Like it was. It's kind of interesting. Well, you know, you can complain about NBN, but it's not the same NBN anymore. It's not always the same. Like there's just so many IDs to choose from, and
Yep.
that was really refreshing to me to sit down and be like, what the hell is this guy playing? Because it's no longer, oh yeah, he's playing NBN. Let me count his influence. All right, 2 turns in, okay, he's Butcher Shop, or 2 turns in, okay, he's Fast Advance. That's gone. I mean, people are
Very
playing.
gone.
Yeah, you know, you can always be sure that people are playing exchange of information, but how are they going to land those tags? Is it C-Source? Is it controlling or is it hard-hitting news? Like, no. It's, yeah, it was really, really refreshing. And even the engineering the feature decks were fairly diverse. So, you know, well done Fantasy Flight, I guess, for, you know, building a meta that could be, you know, so different right now. Especially in the runner world. Temujin Contract just breathes so much life in a criminal.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, I wouldn't have thought it would make such a difference, but that one card completely just, you know,
Yeah.
lifted criminal from the ashes.
Yeah, like I sat down against a few Leela players. I was like, this. Thankfully, I run a deck with 6 total ice because I'm not gonna have any of them rest ever. Like, it's just, yeah, Leela and you were what I saw. There was a lot of Valencia, a lot of Wizard, 2 Edward Kims in the entire field. So someone who placed in the 50s also played Kim, and as you brought up, a lot of Valencia players are rebirthing into Kim, which is a strong play right now.
Yeah, which well, I guess we could probably segue into that is the national champion, Alex Bradley, who is known as Lopart on Netrunner DB, is one with Valencia, and I asked him afterwards what he was rebirthing into, and he said 100% of the time it was Kim.
Yeah.
And he said that he thinks he only maybe 1 or 2 games that he didn't rebirth, and every other time he rebirthed, and it was 100% of the time was into Kim. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To know that that's where the meta is when, you know, you were looking at that card and just trying to make him work for so long.
Yeah.
Well, now it's your time to shine.
Definitely, you know, Edward Kim is my pet ID, much like you know, Ken Tenma's yours. And it felt really good to sit down, pop up Edward Kim, and just hear the corp grow and be like, oh. And you know what? Rightfully so. Kim ran rampant, and as it shows, you know, Alex Bradley won with essentially a Val Kim style deck. You know, and of course a lot of skilled play. I mean,
a lot of skilled play. We should definitely put in the show notes a link to the top 8 games.
The stream, yeah, absolutely.
On Twitch, on the stream, these save games on Twitch, and I believe the YouTube channel as well. So I'll hunt that down and get that up on the show notes for you so check that out, northerngamingnetwork.com/tagme, and it'll be on this episode's show notes.
Yeah, I watched, you know, I didn't watch the finals. We were kind of across the street in the mall when the finals are going on. You were watching it on your phone. But,
yeah.
I watched...
Walking around a giant mall in Toronto on my phone, not texting, watching a video. I'm sure people love that. You're just half running into people trying to watch Netrunner. Then randomly like going, oh my god, that just happened. And both you and Alex were like, what? and then everybody in the mall is like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
Yeah, but I get to watch him play the semifinals before the final match, which he had to win twice. And it was intense netrunner. Like, I get it. Like, it's a big game, but little decisions are being agonized over almost. It's like, do I put down this Faust now, or do I put it down next turn? Or it's just like, dude, put down the Faust. Fuck. So
and that's, you know what? That's the thing, is like those decisions can.
Oh yeah.
May not win you the game, but it could lose you the game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They're playing Netrunner on a very high level. At the top three were there was a local player from Toronto, Alex from Ottawa, and a player from Montreal. So it was good that, because I know several Americans had made the top 8. Not that I'm bashing Americans, but I think Canadian nationals should be won by a Canadian player. Yeah, just a little patriotism there.
I think that's okay. I don't think anybody will fault you for that. I'm sure the Americans feel the same way about if any Canadians went down.
I played an American in the side event. I played Josh Wilson, who was either the American Nationals winner or the Gen Con winner. I can't remember which one, but like a lot of great people playing, like nice people. I can't think of one issue we had the whole entire weekend. Other than trying to get that Uber at like 3 a.m. on Saturday, but
yeah, 3 a.m. on Saturday, the Uber was not on its way.
Until we're like, hey, do you just want to grab that cab that's sitting there? Anyway,
yeah, might as well. That was pretty good. So yeah, speaking of, there was a great side event the day after that they continued to run with some additional prizes and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And that was great. Just to play some no pressure Netrunner.
Yep.
Like I say, Josh and I played an epic game that I came close to winning. He pulled through and won in the end. He's playing Sync. And that was like almost a highlight of that side event tournament, because then I proceeded to lose the next 3 games in epic fashion. But I like I said, I can't really think of anything that went wrong with the weekend. The tournament was run quite well. It started a few minutes late, but whatever. Well, can you think of anything, Alex?
Well, we you and I had the Northern Gaming Network showdown at the
side event.
Side event.
Yeah, we got matched up round 1 on the side event. First games we've played in person in a long time.
Yeah, it's been over a year since we've played against each other.
No, we played in September and
Yeah.
October. You only left in October.
Did we?
Oh yeah. But yeah, we got matched up. That was nice. Thank you for letting me win those games.
Yep. That's true. I did let you win.
Enjoyable event. Large-scale tournaments are fun. They're draining, but you know what? I've been more drained after shorter tournaments. There was something about this one that really worked out for me. Maybe it's because I got a lot of sleep the night before. I had spent the entire day before walking around Toronto, and so I passed out at like 10 o'clock. But
yeah, that definitely helps. I didn't get a ton of sleep the night before, but I found the same thing. It was the first tournament I've been to that I didn't feel entirely mentally taxed, and I was ready for more Netrunner at the end of the day. And it was the most number of rounds I played in a day.
yeah,
we played 6 rounds. Well, actually, that's the same as we played at regionals, but perhaps the good ventilation, good air conditioning.
Yeah, I'll say that. Shout out to the Yorkdale Hotel, the Yorkdale Comfort Inn, Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn.
Yeah, okay.
Holiday Inn.
They made that room cold. When you've got, because it was all of Fantasy Flight Nationals. So there was X-Wing, there was Armada, Imperial Assault, Game of Thrones, Star Wars card game, you name it, Warhammer Conquest. Everything was going on this weekend. So when we were there were like 200, guys in this room. It was like it could have gotten extraordinarily hot in there, and I think the Comfort Inn just diverted all of the air conditioning into that room.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was quite a treat. Quite a treat.
So
So that probably helped a little bit with that too, keeping that mental energy.
certainly. Yeah, then we hit the town on Saturday night, and then played more Netrunner Sunday morning, and then parted ways. I headed back to Pearson to fly out, and you guys drove back. So good weekend all around.
Yeah, great weekend, great venue. I hope it continues to stay within reaching distance for us.
I was talking to some of the Lion Rampant guys outside, and they're like, "Yeah, you know, this venue is definitely in the running again next year for this event because it apparently, they've run a few before. They've run some out west in BC, and they said, this has been one of the better turnouts and one of the easier events to organize, based just because of the hotel, just because of the proximity to their headquarters. So they're saying they're not going to guarantee this next year, but they would. The guys there would like it to be there next year, which is good. That hotel was awesome to get to for me anyway.
Yeah, because you could just jump on the subway. It was right across the street.
Yeah, I take the train from the airport, and then so anyway. Suffice to say, if you're listening to this and you're not sure whether or not to go to nationals, go. You don't have to be a crazy great player. All kinds of calibers of players were there. You're going to get a lot of good games. The field is large, which means after the second round, you're pretty much just playing people in your own skill level, anyways, due to the nature of Swiss. You will enjoy the weekend. It was really, really good.
Yep, absolutely. So if you didn't make nationals this year, you'll be 1 year older when you do.
Yes. What an odd way to say that.
Come join us. Come join us in nationals next year. And good luck to everybody who's going to Worlds, I guess.
Yes.
Because I know that they were on sale as well a little bit ago. Some of the guys from Ottawa here are going.
Yes. Well, I mean, Alex has to go, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose he has to go.
Certainly. Shout out to, good luck to all the World's contestants. I imagine a few people who were there will be going. What was I going to say? Without getting into detail of matches and games or whatever, what was your favorite play of the entire weekend?
Favorite play?
One individual play or series of events.
Okay, let me think about this for a sec, because that's something we should... Next time we should discuss this before, and I'll remember it and write it down.
Yeah, sorry, I wrote this down in the show notes
that it was not good.
That we did not use. Well, I'll tell you mine while you think, Alex. My favorite play was I used an AstroScript token to advance a reversed accounts. So it was click one, advance reversed accounts, use the Astro token to bring it up to 4 advancements. Click reverse accounts to remove 16 credits from the runner who was rich, and that gave me enough money to land a hard-hitting news. I've never before used an Astro token not on another agenda, and it was a lot of fun.
That's such a jerk move.
Oh yeah,
it's also really hilarious.
Felt so good. He was so upset, like in a good way. But it was.
Would you say that was the TSN turning point?
I lost that game, so no.
Oh. Well, never mind. Let me see. Most of my games were split, and I'm trying to remember. So a lot of it. I think honestly the best game I had was the first one against Patrick. Right. But it was also the most hilarious and mistake filled. And the play of that game was this is great because first click he installs a card like a new piece of ice. Yeah. But what he meant to do was triple advance and score his agenda. And he was like he installed ice and then he goes advance, and then goes to score the agenda and was like, I've only got 2 clicks left, so I'm just gonna put this card back where it was. After he showed me that it was a Philotic Entanglement and it was the winning agenda. Okay. So it's a server that I didn't know what the ice was on the inside. It was an Ichi on the outside and then unknown ice. And then he kind of flashed the Philotic and he was like, shit, I can't score that right now. So major mistake. Also all on camera, so you guys can watch this on Twitch later. And so I have this turn, so because I know he can score it next turn, and he'll win. And so okay, I have this turn to go get it, which was kind of my plan anyways, to either check the remote or to dig R&D. I think actually that would have put him at 6 points. I think that's why I was hesitant, but it would have won me the game to go get it. So I count siphoned him, and then it was like, oh, that was click one. So I was like, well, I need to go in there and get it. But what if it's a fetal AI? Because I had totally forgot what agenda it was, and I had like one card in hand.
Right.
So I was like, well, I need to draw 2 cards and then go get it. So that was my favorite play, was because I was blonde enough to forget what the agenda that he just showed me was.
Yeah. As
every other play was pretty straightforward. I really enjoy, to be honest with you, really enjoyed playing that RP blush deck, because it was just super simple. You didn't have to make a ton of decisions. When people started seeing you like randomly score stuff, and you had like 13 friggin' servers, they didn't really, their money didn't matter because it has no ice in it. It has like 6 pieces of ice, 7 pieces of ice.
right.
And it was running political dealings.
Right.
And so they see that and they'd immediately trash it. But I never fired it once. Oh yeah, I never fired political dealings once.
Yeah.
I ended up tweaking that deck for the side event and swapped out that for Jeeves.
Okay.
Jeeves is amazing in that deck.
Yeah, Jeeves would
that
be
was
good.
where I should have played. Yeah, that's where I should have played Nationals. I think I would have won more games with it. But it, it was a ton of fun.
That's how I felt playing IG during the bad days of IG, where everyone hated IG. I played IG. Was really like an anti-IG deck, but it was a fast advanced deck, so I played 3 Sands. And, so runners dig in for the long run, and then all of a sudden I've, scored 6 points. And I've scored 6 points, and they can't trash the Sansan because it costs 20 credits to trash it. So, those style of decks are fun to play, the off-kilter, different decks.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. Off meta, like surprise decks, because it was, mostly RP is this glacier thing, but I remember like the Sly Squid original bluff kill RP,
Right.
And that was a ton of fun to play. But RP went into that big taxing icy style, so
yeah, they're fun. They're fun to play, but they're also you pretty much have to do all of the deck building yourself because they're not on meta. There aren't really a lot of examples of people playing these decks. So
yeah, that's right. So the way we built the deck actually was Alex March and I were driving down to Toronto, and I was on the fence between hard building that deck or taking. I forget. I think it was another just a CTM deck that I was not super comfortable with. Basically a net deck with a few tweaks in it for my playing style. We just so him and another guy named Joe were playing a similar style RP deck where it was Jeeves and political dealings, a no Jackson deck.
okay,
And so I was kind of like, okay, well, there's some complicated, janky pieces. Let's see if we can eliminate the combos and have the similar rush principle in there, and see if we can build a deck off that. And that's kind of where we ended up. So but the mistake was keeping the political dealings and not keeping the Jeeves. And the Jeeves was the choice card in those two, and getting rid of the political dealings. Fun fact. Jeeves is awesome. Install is a great term.
yeah. Cool. Well, why don't we wrap this up, and make it a shorter episode, Alex? I have several pieces of tech about to lose battery here, so.
Sounds good.
I think we can forego the kudos and just both of us give a general kudos to the guys who ran the event at Nationals. They did a lot of good work. It was long days for them. And long days of just actually doing work, running around, getting scores, and they weren't playing, they weren't having the fun that we were. So kudos to I know the guy working in the Netrunner his name was Victor. He's from Toronto, the Torsog City Grid, and kudos to all the Line Rampant guys.
Absolutely, 100%. Kudos to everyone who helped with the event. Kudos to every player that showed up, and great playing, everybody. Kudos to the people that were recording it, the Twitch streamers, everybody that backed the event and supported and watched and listened. And kudos to all of you at home listening to us ramble on about it right now.
All right. What do we call it right there?
Sounds good. Thanks for listening, folks. We are TagMe and northerngamingnetwork.com/tagme. You can find us on Twitter at NorthGameNet, on YouTube, youtube.com/something/NorthGameNet. You can find me personally on Twitter at Harvolev, HARVOLEV. Kevin is at KJNCL, and you can find us other places on social media like Facebook and Instagram with Northern Gaming Network. Thanks, everybody. I'm Alex.
I'm Kevin.
Till next time, stay frosty.